guys, my name is Jennifer Logue, and we're here at the Roosevelt Hotel for the first edition of Industry Corner. Good name, right?
I like it.
Not bad. Not
and
bad.
I'm the first edition.
And he's the first edition, so he's special. I'm sitting here with Michael Doernberg, the CEO of Reverbnation.com. Mike, thank you so much for meeting with us today.
Thanks for having me.
First of all, I'm sure most of my viewers know what Reverbnation is. But for those who don't, can you just give us a little background on your site?
Sure. Reverbnation was created with a single idea that the artists need a way to run their business, that they need a way to understand how they're doing, and they need a way to leverage that value into new opportunities they historically haven't been accessible. Opportunities around sponsorship, licensing, branding. So Reverbnation at its core is a set of tools that allow an artist to do all the things that they would do as part of their day-to-day business, the ability to distribute their music, the ability to capture fan information and fan relationships, the ability to communicate with their fans, and to be able to syndicate their content wherever their fans are. And behind all this, the ability to measure it.
So important. It's a great tool. Now, speaking as an artist myself, I use it all the time. It's like the biggest part of my social media campaign, Reverbnation. But
that's why we're first, by the way.
Exactly, and this is the first interview for a reason. How did you get the idea for Reverbnation? What did it come about?
It's the third company that I've started.
Oh.
It's in every company I start for the absolutely wrong reason. And this was no exception. I started looking at what was happening to artists and how their music was being used by a variety of social networks. And the equation didn't balance. The artists were giving their music, driving fans to these sites, and all they got in return was a friend. They didn't know whether that friend listened to their music. They didn't know whether they bought a CD. And the only ability they had to communicate with them was a message. Quite frankly, it was probably the worst reason to start a business, but I was angry. I felt like it was just the wrong way to be, and I said, what we need to do is build a solution that the artist can leverage, and where the value equation is fair, where it's balanced. And so we started looking at what was out there, and we started just looking at how an artist ran their business, and from there we just established a core set of capabilities that we wanted to build towards. Always with the idea that if we could aggregate thousands of artists together, that what we'd be able to do is we'd be able to put them together to create a union, if you will, and go out and strike relationships with brands and with music licensing companies, where individually the artists couldn't access that value, but as a group, wielded tremendous power.
So there's so many artists, using the internet as a tool now, putting out their music. I mean, how do you rise above the noise? How do you get popular nowadays?
It's really hard. But it's no harder than it was to get signed. So the first thing you have to do is you have to be a student of your business, of your career. And that means that you have to take time to do the things that maybe aren't as fun. Like talk to your fans and figure out who your fans are and look for the best deals on things and to negotiate hard for the things that are important. Now, how do you become popular? Which is your question.
Oh, yes.
How do you become successful?
Let's get to the nitty-gritty.
Number one, you have to be good.
Okay. Hear that, people? You have to be good.
You have to be lucky.
Oh, lucky.
It's unfortunate, but you do. And the other is, you have to be aware of when opportunity presents itself. Simply getting to play South by Southwest doesn't mean that's a good thing to do. Sometimes opportunity presents itself in the most peculiar ways. And I think being aware of that. So I think, in summary, be mindful of your business. Don't shortchange it. focus on where you want to go, set goals for yourself, and learn about the opportunities that are available to you.
Now this is an interesting question. CD sales are no longer relevant. I mean, they're no longer a major source of revenue. The recording industry is not really an industry anymore. So how can indie artists hope to create other sources of revenue for themselves? Being indie artists, I mean, they have limited funding. What can they do on a smaller level to create revenue and to create sustainable careers for themselves?
First, let's address the CD sales. If you have an iPod, my guess is you probably have at least 1,000 songs on it. At market price, that's $1,000 you spend on music. Well, the problem is you don't listen to that music nearly. No one song you listen to $1 with. So very rarely, like when you listen to your iPod, how many times do you listen to a single artist?
I shuffle, or I have playlists.
So maybe you listen to a single artist 5 times in a month, 5 times in a year.
Right, yeah, it could be 5 times in a year.
So the problem isn't that people aren't willing to pay for music. It's that they're not willing to pay as much for music because they spread their time over far more tracks than they used to.
There's more out there.
When I was growing up, I would listen to, I wore the grooves out of the Boston album, first Boston album. I know I'm kind of dating myself, but I wore the grooves out of that thing. But it was also the only thing you could buy.
Right, it's limited.
Now I listen to everybody. I listen to you today. You're great, by the way.
Oh, thank you. He's awesome, by the way.
Jennifer Logue. Check her out. So,
I got an endorsement.
So people will pay for music, whether it be buying the song or through a subscription service, however. The problem is that you're competing against many, many, many more artists.